my channel. So in this lecture we are going to discuss that how we can convert the one-to-one relationship into the relational model. Okay, so I already told you that whenever we are working on any software project, so you have to design your backend. Okay, backend is nothing but your database. So what are the things we need to take care when you have to design your database? So the first thing is ER model. Okay, firstly we will be designing the entity relationship model. Okay, after making the flow diagram of your project, your software project, what we will be doing later? We will be converting this ER model into the relational model. Okay, so when we convert our ER model into the relational model, we should have the good understanding that how to convert one-to-one relationship, one-to-many relationship and many-to-many relationship into the relational model. Okay, and once you have the good knowledge that how we can convert our ER model into the relational model, then what is the next step? We have to next should have the knowledge of SQL. Okay, then how we can perform operations on multiple tables. Okay, so your entire database is dependent mainly on these three topics. Firstly, you should have the complete knowledge of the ER model, how to make a ER model of your project. The second thing, you should have knowledge of how to convert your ER model into the relational model. Okay, then what kind of operations we need to perform on the multiple tables. Okay, so this, if you have good knowledge of these three topics, then you can design database of any software project. Okay, so in this video we will be discussing how we can convert one-to-one relationship into the relational model. Okay, so this is actually the third video of conversion from ER model to relational model. Okay, this is the third video. In this video, we will be discussing that how we can convert one-to-one relationship into the relational model. So we have one entity is student. Okay, let's suppose we are having 6 months industrial training in our college. Okay, we have 6 months industrial training. So one entity we have is student and one entity we have is, let's suppose, course. Okay, so let's assume that there is a one-to-one relationship between these two entities. There is a one-to-one relationship. Okay, let's suppose we have students Neha and Aman, and let's suppose we have Pooja. These three students are there, and we have courses, let's suppose PHP, Java and .NET. So in the 6 months industrial training, one student is going to learn only one course. Okay, so I already told you that it really depends upon the requirement. So if you have 6 months industrial training, so obviously one student is working on one technology. Okay, so there is one-to-one relationship. Okay, so what on relationship between these two entities. Okay, and the various attributes we have is student ID, we have student name, and we have one attribute as address. Okay, and in the course entity we have a course ID, we have a course name. These two attributes are present in the course entity. Okay, what we are doing now, we will be converting this ER model into the relational model. Okay, so I already told you that for each and every entity, either it is strong entity or it is weak entity, we would be having one table for one entity. Okay, so in this case, if you look at, we have two entities. Okay, so definitely we will be making two tables. Okay, and in some cases there is also a chance that we make one table for the relationship. Okay, so you can also make relationship table. You can also make one table for the relationship. Okay, but we always try to reduce the total number of tables. Okay, as much as possible we try to reduce the total number of tables. So if it is essential to make the table for relationship, only then we will make. Okay, if you don't need to make the table for relationship, you will not make it. Okay, so in this case, let me tell you how we are going to convert this ER model into the relational model. Okay, so we have one student table corresponding to the student entity, and we have one table for the course entity. Okay, so for each entity definitely there is going to be one table. Okay, so two entities are there, definitely two tables are going to be there. You can also make table for the relationship. Okay, but we will also discuss that case. Okay, so in this we have a student ID, we have student name, we have address. These three attributes we have in the student table. In the course table, we have course ID and we have a course name. Okay, so let's suppose student ID is one, name is Neha. We have some address. Okay, we have name Aman. We have some address. We have third student as Pooja, some address. Okay, so we have three courses: PHP, Java and .NET. Okay, so these two tables are now actually independent. This table is going to give you the details of all students. This course table is going to give you the detail of all courses. Till now we don't know that which student is studying what kind of course. We don't know till now. So we have to now establish relationship between these two tables. Okay, we have to establish relationship between these two tables. So to establish the relationship between the two tables, we should have one common attribute. Okay, in both the tables. So and that common attribute should be the common attribute? So that is the question. Okay. So in one-to-one, you can choose any case. Okay. Either you can use student ID in this course table, or you can choose course ID as a common attribute in student table. So any case is possible in one-to-one. So what I am doing, I am taking student ID as a common attribute in the course table. So the PHP is studied by Neha, Java is studied by Aman, and .NET is studied by Pooja. This way. Okay. So your student ID 1 is studying PHP. Now with the help of the common attribute, you can determine now that which student is studying what kind of course. Okay. So this Neha is studying PHP. This Aman is studying Java. With the help of this common attribute, you can get to know. Okay. So this Pooja is studying .NET. There is a one-to-one connection between these two tables. Okay. So this is actually the first case. Okay. So this is how we convert our ER model into the relational model. Okay. And what is the other way you can do it? The other option possible is you can use this course ID in this table. Okay. Because this is also a key attribute. You can also use it as a common attribute. Okay. So Neha is studying PHP. What is the course ID corresponding to PHP? 1. Aman is studying Java. What is the course ID corresponding to Java? 2. Pooja is studying .NET. What is the corresponding ID? 3. Okay. So both ways you can do it. Either you use student ID in this table, or you can use course ID in the student table. Okay. So what is the minimum number of tables we have in this case? So the minimum number of table possible is actually 2 in one-to-one relationship if we have two entities. Okay. And what is the maximum number of tables possible? The maximum number of table possible is 3. How 3? You can also make the table for the relationship as well. But we always try to reduce the total number of tables. Okay, in this case, if you look at, we don't have the requirement to make the extra table for the relationship. So we are not making it. When we will be discussing many-to-many relationship, in that case, we have the necessary condition to make the separate table for the relationship. In this, we don't need to make the extra table for the relationship. But still, if you want to make it, you can make it. Okay. So if you have to make the separate table for the relationship, how you will be making it? This way. So if we have to make a separate table for the relationship, how we will be making? We are having student course table. This is a student course table. Okay. Take the key attribute of both of the tables, student ID and course ID. Student ID and course ID. Now link. Your Neha student ID 1 is studying course ID 1 PHP. Okay. Your student Aman ID 2 is studying Java. This way you can link. This way. You can also make the separate table for the relationship, but we actually don't make it. Okay, we don't need to make the separate table for the relationship, because we can also, manage the relationship between the two tables with the help of only two tables. We don't need extra or separate table to define the relationship between the two tables. Okay, so this is how we convert one-to-one relationship into the relational model. So I hope that you are clear with it. If you have any query, I have mentioned my email ID in the description box. You can contact me on that email ID. Thank you so much for watching my video. If you like my video, please like, share and subscribe my channel.